it's you. You are the source. And it's how we react to it. And that is really, really tough. And I know out of my travels there are some really, really loving people that have been really waiting for this day to help those that can't control their emotions as well. I suggest this bottled intentions because they help remind me of how I want to feel during the day. Because I can get lost in the thought. I will get lost in, oh my God, this guy was really mad and I want to tell my story to somebody. And, like the thought will go on and on and on and on. And the next thing you know, it's 10 years I'm pissed off at Staples. And it's like, out of the store, got a computer, life moves on. I got a good story to tell, So it's like jumping out of that. I do use this concept. And it involves 6 bottles. But which I should write them down, because this is another thing that is really, really important in our value. Prosperity and humanity. That feeling. Do you wake up every day and feel that you're prosperous? Or no, it's prosperity and abundance. Anytime I was ever making anything good happen, like right away, these are the intentions I was feeling. And there is a process that I could make things just magically happen, like that law of attraction. In the meantime, I'm trying to affect something bigger. A lot of people aren't realizing that I'm making this work all the time. I do feel abundant and prosperous, even though I'm on a welfare system, because I'm able to attract just enough. I don't need to be greedy. And I'm able to work. This is brought to you by Canadian taxpayers. I look at it as I'm making an income and I'm getting paid every month. I'm doing something good for humanity, so I'm getting paid. And I don't want to buy anything right now, because if I buy something, then I'm participating in this broken down system. I need to know that there's somebody in my local community that's making clothes, so that I can put my money there. I want to find local grocery stores that are selling local food, something that sustains my community. So this small businesses is what we've got to do. So we need to start off small and get people working, but you have to tell people who you are. You got to be your own salesperson right now. So everybody's got a good idea. Whatever problem you're dealing with, you are the solution. So if you profit off of being the solution instead of being the problem, then your purpose is about to be found. Look at yourself as you are a new business, and you need to partner up with another person that has value, that wants to work, and that has something in common with you, that you both each equally help each other out to develop something that society needs. I would start with farming. We need some land. Somebody's got money, and we need a lot of land that we need to plant food. So we need to put our farmers back to work, and if we're going to have a new money system, we need to say we're going to give everybody on the planet a certain amount of money, free. It's handed out to you. Here it is. But the only way that you can get it is when you find out what your purpose is and how you can connect with other people. You'll get it through starting up your own business. That's how you get access to it. So you have to really work at feeling like you're prosperous in abundance and there's something good about you. That there is something that you really, really love doing, and you just need to get paid for it. And there should be careers. These motivational speakers now want to convince you to do everything that's really bad. But we need to get more motivational speakers, the Deepak Chopras, that know more of this holodynamics, that science that knows how to solve every problem. It is more or less you need to see a doctor because a doctor will help you get on track. But together with possibilities of what would be good for humanity as well and how they connect. How we start people working in itself is a job. So that's how, when you line up and say, this is what I'd like to do for humanity, and I need this, this, and this type of other workers to help me through. So this new website that we're designing, or this new structure, you go in and say, this is what I can do. And then the system that it says, okay, they're matching people up with this. It's a match-up system. So that all you have to do is put the idea out there, and then somebody else will see it and start matching it up. And you can categorize them, into, different areas of interest, but we can find ourselves through a good system to partner up and start building and start getting some money funneled down and work at it as equal. If I came up with a good idea, like I was saying, if I was had a good idea and, caused, 10,000 people working there, then I think as a good idea that I should get paid every month the same amount as these people do. I just don't have to work as hard. I don't have to show up all the time. I have to make sure the product is always good and that the product is, working, being distributed, and I'm hiring the right people, or, even hiring the manager that will look after your good idea. Whatever, but every player in the game, even the guy with the idea, every profit should be shared equally. As long as it's making money, everybody should be making equal money. So it's like, yeah, some people are good ideas, but sometimes to have a good idea means you're not building it, you're off thinking of another idea. And maybe if you start another idea, the more people that can start as many good ideas, then you are making more money. But as soon as you start to see that you're too much money, if there's somebody in poverty, then you look like a good guy when you loan things out so that they can build themselves out. Not that you're making money off them, but you can walk away. That if we have a standard of living, and it could fluctuate, but we have to be in agreement of how much we want that to fluctuate. Because, if we had, everybody's making, 5,000 a month, just because of how everything costs right now, this would be living really good to a lot of people. And to a lot of wealthy people, they'll think that this is a struggle, but they got to live in the struggle as well. The only way that they get money to start off their own business is looking at their assets of what they've got and what they can do to sell to the system, which is part of what their business should be, is they should be able to make money selling off their shit. If you have too much, then the only way that you can earn any money is probably getting rid of your stuff, because a lot of other people have it. It can't ever be an extreme. So, but to make improvements, in life, if somebody feels like, oh, we want to make 10,000, then you got to make sure down here is pretty damn close to 10,000, maybe 9,000. And as soon as you're making too much, that's the time that you have to walk away from that business and let the people that are actually doing the work do the work. So there should be a limited amount that you can make off your ideas. And then that will stop the corruption of having too much, and eventually evil grows right up to the top. You have to make a social acceptance that if this guy eventually says he has more value than the guy at the top, then we're starting to get into the evil game. So that is so important, that we need to know that if you come up with a good idea and put people to work, that you should be able to make money in the way, like it might be able to fund you if you're an idea person, that's what you do for a living, is you come up with ideas. But it doesn't mean that you're making your living off of the labor of everybody eternally. You have to know when to walk away from it. When is it an acceptable time to walk away, that in between, great wealth and great poverty, you don't look evil. So in order to increase your value, you do have to feel like you're valuable, and that you will attract all of this stuff. And this is what I've noticed, is that when you are experiencing a lack of these feelings, then you will increase your poverty more and more and more. anybody that got wealthy, they knew it was about state of mind. Pretend you're rich, then you will be rich. So, prosperity and abundance doesn't mean you're wealthy, more wealthy financially than the other guy, because then that would be you're evil. But you're prosperous, that you have everything that you need, and just living in that moment of having everything you need. The other one is alignment and harmony. Now, don't you feel like you're not connected to the world? The only way that you can get connected is, first of all, you have to feel like you're connected with people. And that's, I had to get that to pull myself out of my seclusion, and start off with YouTube and find people on there that might understand and comprehend. But I knew that there's an alignment out there. I didn't give up hope. If I didn't have this and didn't think about this all the time, then I would have never pulled myself out of it. I'm constantly saying there's no help, there's no help, no help. The kind of help I'm looking for is that 99% helping me out, because I can't handle the pain of knowing there's a lot of children suffering right now, let alone anybody that's even older. I still feel the pain of all of the confusion and the harm that everybody's doing, mostly because of misunderstandings. How many of us actually feel love and happiness? A lot of people that are stuck in anger for just cause will say that, love doesn't pay the rent. Love doesn't, nobody knows there's a problem unless you're a little angry. So that's where people that know there's a problem, they don't want to feel love and happiness, because then how will you recognize there's a problem if I'm always loving and happy? You'll think everything's A-okay. So it is a matter of, yeah, you do have to be angry when you get out there and be at one with, hey, yeah, I'm hypersensitive, I have emotions, I'm human, I want to be sensitive, I want to make things affect me, because that way I know the difference between right and wrong. And I control how angry, because I don't want to look like, a restraining order. There's no way I can physically do any harm. The only thing they were scared of is my words and my protest sign. But you have to feel love and happiness. If you want to attract it in your life, you actually have to feel it to work your way out of that problem. Another one is accepting and allowing. Now, I knew all of this shit mostly from the time I was a kid. And nobody understood me. I was like that evil that thought I was crazy most of my life, and I'm 52. It's getting worse and worse and worse. The more I know, the more I get confidence in what it is I know, the more I'm labeled mentally ill. But yet, they don't have enough doctors. They don't have the qualified doctors that can actually heal me. That's what the medical, I made some complaints to the mental health, or the medical board here in BC, Canada, and complained about the medical structure and how there is none, which a lot of people are saying, oh, there's lots of medical care out there. Well, yeah, the rich, yeah, when you want your pills, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go to the doctor and get yourself a pill. But for somebody that is not willing to take that pill and still has to suffer with the level of stress, they don't offer how to relieve stress. Your psychologist can't help. They don't even show up, which is one of the problems. Is you walk in, they don't show up, or they cancel all the time. The last person that led to the complaint, which I'm perfectly okay with everybody acting crazy, because I'm just going to talk about it because I'm writing a book. But this girl, again, was late for her appointment, and I mean, we're going on months and months and months. I'm going through friggin' hell, and she always cancels all the time, 30 minutes late. I'm like calm because I know what she's about to do, cancel. And so she's talking about why she's late, and I'm in the back of my mind going, watch, you're canceling, aren't you? And so I didn't really say anything. She's just talking away, and then she says, you look like you're in a bad mood, let's rebook. So there's our medical profession right now that says they do not have the level of medical care that can help me. And all I'm saying is, why didn't you be a little loving and just sit there and show that you cared.